This is Oba, one of the Lord. Can you not afford? Hope you see, Papa. No, never,
All right, this is live footage coming from Nnamdi Kanu's court trial today. As you can see, everyone is seated, waiting for Nnamdi Kanu to arrive and the presiding judge. But the information getting to us now is that Nnamdi Kanu has actually arrived in court. But from the video, I don't know if you noticed, in that video, there are some foreign observers who came to observe and witness Nnamdi Kanu's court trial. For me, well, some of these observers are coming from the United States. Yeah, United States delegates have been sent to observe, Nnamdi Kanu's trial. I think also United Kingdom, but I don't really take anything that comes from United Kingdom seriously, especially when it pertains to Nnamdi Kanu's court trial. So stay tuned, relax, and we'll be giving you more information on Nnamdi Kanu's trial as it continues. We are hoping that at the end of the trial, something very, very unique will actually come out from it, at least something good for Biafran. Just like yesterday, Biafrans also celebrated same as Simon Ekpa, for the first time celebrate, talk, and was able to address one or two to Biafrans. We're hoping that we get to see the same for Nnamdi Kanu. So we'll be giving you more details on that. But meanwhile, let us give you the full detail of Nnamdi Kanu's court trial as it is happening. Enjoy. Now let us go into today's news on Nnamdi Kanu, because his court trial is heating up as I'm talking to you. Avid, AVID urges United Nations, African Union, ECOWAS to intervene in Nnamdi Kanu's case. What are they going to intervene to do? Again, after all, the United Nations sent a message to the Zoo government, to release Nnamdi Kanu, and the Zoo government refused. That shows that Akajima's Nnamdi Kanu is not just a within something. It is even something that has to do with international organization and other countries being involved, because like I will always say, they are trying to suppress the voices of Africans, especially those who are actually becoming heroes by opening the eyes of so many Africans to fight for their right and to do the needful for their people. Now let us go straight up into this news, because the court case of Nnamdi Kanu will be heating up in few hours time, and I'll be giving you all the updated news and information coming directly live and direct from the court premises in as it is happening. The news: as the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, enters the critical stage, the American military veteran of Igbo descent have renewed the call for the unconditional release of Mr. Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government. Recall the prosecution team, which is the federal government, has closed its case on the matter, while the defense team are likely to close their case next week. The American veterans of Igbo descent, AVID, in a statement signed by its chairman, Chief Dr. Sylvester Onya, made available to judiciary correspondence, in Abuja on Tuesday said Kanu's continuous detention, despite multiple court orders for his release, is not a matter of legal oversight, but a deliberate attempt and violation of his human rights. The body called on the United Nations, African Union, and ECOWAS to demand the Nnamdi Kanu's immediate and unconditional release, adding that the United Kingdom government should act decisively in defense of its citizens whose fundamental rights have been flagrantly violated. Immediately, I heard, where they mentioned um, the issue of the United Kingdom. I just got angry myself. I got angry within myself. The same United Kingdom who are complicit of this Nnamdi Kanu's case, is it the same people who will be ready to work for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? They came in, pretended as if that they wanted to discuss Nnamdi Kanu's release in their parliament. Ekurugelu kurugala. They lip talked it, and at the end of the whole thing, nothing came out. They just swept it under the carpet. We know what is happening. We know their pattern. We know, because they are accomplices of this. That is why you hardly hear them come out and talk about it. If truly, like I always say, if truly they are not involved in this unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu and continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu would have come out a long time ago. Even from the first year, he would have come out and the whole case would just go to bed, because you are holding an innocent man. You disobey human rights law. You disobeyed international law. You disobeyed every law known to humanity and known to the world, just because of you wanted to get an innocent man who is speaking against the evil and the atrocious things that you are committing. You were only trying to get a man who is only fighting for the freedom of his people. That was his only offense, because he was exposing your evil, atrocious thing. The same thing he was exposing is the same thing that we are seeing today. But let us still continue. Let us round up with the news. Now, the group went further to say on the crimes of innocent lives in Benue State. The war veterans described the development as appalling, calling the attention of international community, human rights organizations, and global democratic institutions to the ongoing atrocities occurring in Benue State and other indigenous regions of Nigeria. It viewed the massacre as part of a sustained ethnic cleansing campaign that has accelerated since the illegal abduction and detention of opposition voices in the country. The body added that the mass killings have exposed the cause of silencing voices of truth, noting that his impending horror remained the planned domination of indigenous lands through state-sponsored terror disguised as herdsmen attack. I've said this thing, no matter the English use, describe what is happening, the reality still remains that this is a fully sponsored, crimes, all in the name of Islamizing, every part of the zoo and Biafran land. Their plan is, this is what they've been doing in other states. They come into a particular community as herdsmen. They raid that community, buy as many as possible, then take over that part. Once they secure this territory, they move into the next territory. They keep on doing this over and over and over again until they, assess a whole, state. then they move into the next stage. It is an agenda. It is a long-term agenda. They want to rule, they want to take over, they want to, chase everything that is not Islam. And this was something Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kept on telling them, kept on screaming, kept on exposing them. Daily by daily, he kept on exposing. Yet, his voice kept on going louder. All they could do was to find a way to silence him. But Nnamdi Kanu can never be silenced. Despite all said and done, even in the even as he's being detained, he continued to speak. Even the last one he said, this is why I am doing what I am doing. That was his word, because of how my people have been treated. So that is the news. It was a good, turnout of event for Simon Ekpa today in court in Finland. We are hoping that tomorrow, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or in few hours to come, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial will also come out nicely. On that note, we want to thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful YouTube channel. Make sure you share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible. God bless you.
Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. So the prosecution announces appearance as the defense announces the appearance too. Of course, the defense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra, led by Barrister Kanu Agabi, senior advocate of Nigeria. Both parties affirm readiness for the business of the day. A cross-examination of prosecution's third witness. The third witness, in the person of PW3, shielded and known as Mr. Triple C, is being led in oath. Mr. Triple C, which is CCC, this is what you know about the zoo. They are not upright. I'm going to return us to the prayer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at a certain point in this very broadcast. I will return us to the prayer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which we started with. I will return you to a certain place where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Biafra will come in truth and in every honesty. In truth and in every honesty. He said, Biafra will come in truth and in every honesty. Lies and deceit can never ever give us Biafra. Propaganda against fellow Biafrans will never ever give us Biafra. I'm telling you the truth. That is the reason why DOS failed, because they carried out lies, deceit, and propaganda against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Lies, deceit, and propaganda against Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is the only reason why, apart from them selling out the struggle, selling out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, selling out ESN, which Chike Dozie told us how they handed over the ESN to Soludo and Eastern governors. So this is not a propaganda. Chike Dozie said it, that the governors came now. Is no longer the army, meaning that the army has been approaching them in order to give them the ESN so that they can recruit them into the army. So he said that the governors came now, not the army again. He said it, not me. So, meaning that this one is not propaganda, because he said it. So apart from them doing all these things, the other thing that made them fail woefully is the lies and massive propaganda they carried out against Mazi Simon Ekpa. They failed completely. So I'm going to take us back to that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's prayer that he said, Biafra will come only in truth and honesty. Now, the zoo coming out with CCC as a name. Let us continue. Then Mr. CCC says he is a DSS operative for 27 years. Says he knows Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the leader of IPOB. Now, my question for this Mr. Triple C, as the third, or should I say, the third DSS, official. Sorry. So, My simple question to him is, please, sorry for the video that was playing. I didn't see because I'm concentrating on, what the transcription that I'm reading. So I didn't know that the video which I was playing, the Nnamdi Kanu's video, has finished, and now a different video entirely started playing. So sorry for that while we continue. Now, this Mr. Triple C of the DSS / federal government of the zoo says he has been operative. He has been an operative of DSS for 27 good years, or should I say 27 worst years of his life. So if you have been a DSS officer for 27 years, are you not supposed to be the DSS DG? Haven't you gotten to a certain level to become the DSS DG, the Director General of DSS? Because I'm sure that this current Director General of the DSS, in the person of what's his name, by the way? What's that man's name? Ajayi. This man called Ajayi, the current Director General of DSS. I'm sure he has never been in the service for 27 years. Or the Arone. Oyeju has served for 27 years already. He's a young man, maybe his early 50s or mid 50s, which he might not also 27 years. The man or can go secondary school that time. So, this man, are you not ashamed of yourself for being in the DSS, service for 27 years? Yet they are folding your hair, your face. They are covering your face. The only son suri balo zoo, son suri balo Fulani, as probably a man from the south, maybe Igbo man to be precise. The only urufa furu balo after 27 years of service is to cover your face, change your name to Triple C, CCC, in order to testify forcefully against Nnamdi Kanu. Are you not ashamed of yourself? So if this is the only ulu Fulani furu they can, benefit from you. After 27 years of service. Because I'm sure if you're a top-ranking officer of DSS, you will never stoop so low, shedding your identity, your face, and everything to testify against Machineke. You can't. A top DSS officer can never be that low. Never. Supposed to be in the office controlling things, commanding and instructing. Unbelievable. This is how Fulani has rendered Ndigbo useless. In fact, I watched a video from a man called Ojo Zokalo vomiting rubbish from the gutter that he has on his face called mouth. He said that people are suffering under Tinubu is because they are lazy. Ojo Zokalo opened his stinking mouth. Wee kwuo inyo, kọọ inyo n'ọnụ, only for him to be able to continue to serve the zoo, the Fulani. Only for him to remain a puppet. He has to, oh my goodness, and according the code. What is wrong with this OG? African people, what is wrong with us? Oh my God. Now, let me continue. PW3 CCC says he knew Nnamdi Kanu since 2015. Okay. Now, prosecution. Can you please tell the court who you are and if you know the defendant? Witness. I work with the SSS, which is DSS. I've worked for 27 years. I know the defendant. He's the leader and founder of IPOB, a terrorist organization. A terrorist organization. He founded Radio Biafra. He used to invite violence to the public. Imagine. After 27 years of service, This is what you are being called to come and testify. So all the no go call we could see I to an is we na atomazi Nnamdi Kanu nga. Or the kobotis we no call inyo ikusia immediately amamazi Nnamdi Kanu nga otu also without delay. Atwayangi immediately. No, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't work like that. So all the rubbish you say, you must provide evidence. Oh yes, that is how it's been done. You have to provide evidence to defend your claim. Now, after Kokochalinya, let us pay attention, please. The Oluku continued. He said he knows Nnamdi Kanu since 2015. He is the founder. A terrorist organization, according to him, only if he knows the meaning of IPOB. Only if he understands that IPOB means the indigenous people of Biafra. Meaning that any human being from Biafra nation is an IPOB, including the so-called political elites who are from Igbo extraction are also IPOB members. Onanegente umuchineke. So that means, in other words, this man has categorically categorized all of us as in the terrorists, in the Nebu Madu. As in the Nebu Madu. And some idiots from the same Biafra will be happy with it. Some idiots who do not support our freedom, who do not support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will support it, not knowing that na Bogofa ndị na-egbu mmadụ. He said, my first encounter with him was in 2015 when I was asked to interrogate him after his arrest. How many people interrogated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first place? Or the first person said he interrogated him. The second person said he interrogated him. Now this third person, CCC, Mr. CCC, also said he interrogated him. So how many people have interrogated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Now, he said, I invited him with 3 other officers for interview. I told him his interview was going to be recorded, and he agreed. He agreed to be recorded and also wrote down a statement himself. The interview was conducted on October 21st, and written interview was on 23rd October, both in 2015. So this interview and interrogation, this interview / interrogation, were they conducted in the presence of his defense team or his legal representatives? Were they there when this interrogation / interview was conducted? Because if they are not there, so it's against the law. The same way you took him to court in 2021 after his rendition without the presence of his legal team, it's against the law. Now, let us continue. He agreed to be recorded and also wrote down a statement himself. The interview was conducted on October 21st, and written interview was on 23rd October, both in 2015. The prosecution present the video interview and written statement of the defendant to the witness for identification. The witness has confirmed both. Prosecution. You also told the court the defendant made written statement, right? This is now the prosecution, the DSS and Nigeria